Alright, welcome to another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmore, and this is going to be a user-submitted replay. This is going to come from WaaromNu. Here, the Red Infernal. And his opponent here is Sintram, the Blue Celestial. Now, excuse me, this is going to be played out here on Isle of Dread. We see Sintram is heading out to the double Luminite to take some collection arrays, it looks like. And it's a double conclave opening for WaaromNu. The Hexen, she scouted. I didn't quite see that. Oh, so she just, yeah, she just went back to see if there was an array here on this mine, and now she sent a skull to go scout these mines, where she will indeed see the arrays. Looks like she also did a quick check to see if there's any Ethereum mining. That's just to see if there's maybe an early tech play. And then looks like a little bit of harassing on that prism before she zots out of there. The skull's still hanging out, but probably saw the third array. It's very standard sort of eco opening for Celestial, although Sintram has not yet put down any type of creation chamber here. He does have one power bank there to cover the power needs of all these arrays, and we do see that gaunts are out now. It's only one pair of gaunts, even though it was a double conclave, and that's nice micro to take the healing cabbage on one of the gaunts. So most of these units are, for the most part, not injured. We saw an effigy there helping with the white health with the shroud skin regen. And it's a second base that goes down behind this, and we do have our second pair of gaunts now. And while we're creeping here, we did notice that the lightning legs are gone from the speed cap. Now when you get the speed cap, you get a little looks like you're running fast kind of animation, so you're no longer the Flash. But we see WaaromNu take the healing camp. And let's check back in here with Sintram. Sintram has now put down 2 creation chambers, and we see a single Argent out. Looks like it was 4 arrays into these 2 chambers, but there's already some units coming across the map here, and this could be a problem. There's only 2 Argents out now. There's still 2 chambers, a third one here on the way, a fourth one on the way, so production will be able to kick in fairly quickly. And with the 4 arrays, that's basically 2 fully saturated bases. And WaaromNu coming right in here quite aggressively to try and take these creeps, and then turns to fight the Argents. Interesting. So it does try to focus fire the Argents. The Shadow Massives just being annoying for everyone. So we do see the Gaunts taking out the Shadow Massives. On the other hand, these Argents got 2 of the Shadow Massives, so they kind of did a split on those creeps. But we are going to see WaaromNu try to come in here and steal the camp. Oh, another Sovereign's Watchword. That might be the same one. Still firing. And trying to steal it, but we see the Argents on around the other side of the trees there, just trying to hug inside the region around the tower to prevent the capture, although the tower is indeed captured. You see that new speed animation there. I'm a fan of the old lightning legs, making them look like Flash, but that's fine. I think that might still be used for some of the buffs, like System Shock, I think it's called. Probably won't see that in this game, since that comes from the Vanguard kit. Another Sovereign's Watch used here, so keeping the power consumption and the charges on the Sovereign's Watch low. At least that's what these Gaunts are doing here. They haven't really done too much damage, although they've traded all right with the Argents actually, but they haven't come in and attacked the economy so much. A couple more Argents popping out. It's interesting that this is designated the Prime. When his Argent Ball is over here, you might want to reinforce right into your Argent Ball. And these Argents are choosing to battle with the Gaunts here, which I don't think is great. I wonder what the idea there was, maybe luring them back. And at the same time, these Argents came forward and picked off a few effigies. But we did see an effigy buff in the recent patch, and that's allowing WaaromNu to keep basically a permanent shroud. And we see another one going down. And so what the buff was here is that the cooldown, if you cast an effigy on shroud, the cooldown goes down to 8 seconds instead of 20. And that's one reason why we see Sintram here trying to like come out and snipe these effigies. The effigies also were nerfed in a more distant patch, a couple patches ago, to have less health on when they're summoned permanently like that, down to 100 from 200. So that makes them a little easier to kill. And it looks like WaaromNu has retreated here to take the health camp. So the aggression did trade fairly well, killing some Argents here and there. But it looks like WaaromNu is now happy to retreat and take some of the camps that are available here. Although some speedy leg Argents come running up and try and get on top of them. And with their high energy, they were able to get a couple of good kills on Gaunts there, but then actually some good micro there to keep the low Argents back. And now Sintram sort of has the advantage, chasing these Gaunts back across the map. Getting a couple Gaunts here and there as they retreat. These Gaunts do have their Plague Axes, but we can, if they had the Reaper's Rush, they would have been able to get away much quicker. And we'll see if that's on the way for WaaromNu. We do have a Greater Shrine already finished, and yeah, there is a Reaper's Rush researching right now, and we have more Conclaves. We have a Twilight Spire, 3 more Conclaves going down, so this is a heavy commitment to Conclaves. Conclave tech, and it's Argents now taking the energy camp. So both of these players trying to take camps from the others. This is an interesting scout skull here. And it looked like that was the skull bug. As if it had actually impacted on one of those Argents, it would have a vision. And it looked like there was just an Argent there holding that camp, and it was taken out. Now, interestingly, WaaromNu came back to the speed camp instead of capturing the tier 2 camp, which again, remember, the tier 2 camp gives you even more minerals for Luminite, and also, I believe, boosts your healing boost. So everything about the second level camp is worth getting. Couple Kree on the map now, and I think this is a good response from Sintram for all the Gaunts. It's heavy Gaunt play. Only problem is the Gaunts in this high number do have a lot of DPS. So with their kiting ability here, they might be able to pick off these Kree, and that makes them a good match for the Argents. They would be able to then turn and fight the Argents. We do see that they now have the Reaper's Rush, which is why they are moving so much quicker. And again, picking off some of these Kree with their micro, their stutter step, and now chasing them in retreat. Reaper's Rush Gaunts can be pretty dangerous for this exact reason. They're speedy, they can chase you down if you're in retreat. And we see them going and getting the speed boost. We've seen him use that a couple times here. There's a single Argent. The rest of the Argent ball has retreated back here. We haven't seen a continued expansion yet for Sintram, although we do see actually a base taken here. So also an arc ship. Is that a second arc ship? Or that is indeed a second arc ship, but we seem to be still on... There we go. We have 3 arc ships. That's really interesting style. I've always been a fan of the second arc ship, but 3 arc ships I haven't seen. Interestingly, not a lot of prisms. He does have a lot of banked mins. Luminite. So Sintram probably could use, or not Luminite, sorry, Therium, and that's because he had 3 prisms on Therium. Maybe needs to transfer a couple. But also with three arc ships, you can pump out prison production really quickly. Ooh, interesting. We see a mine going down, a couple mines actually here. And remember, these venom traps come from the Hexans, and the Hexans need their adept training for this. And oh, that's the venom trap. I thought I had a Hexan. The Hexan doesn't tell us if it's an adept or a master. We'll see if we see some miasmas coming out. And it looks like WaaromNu has added or just placed some mines behind as he's pushing forward here. And goes for this base here. Well, that's exactly where the army is. And this is not an army that can just go toe-to-toe with the Gaunts, that is. They don't want those Kree getting on top of them. They do catch one of these retreating Cabal and they want to pick it off. We do see a good Nightfall infestation, but I don't think it's going to do much other than the infest damage. As we see WaaromNu's in retreat, I think partly maybe what WaaromNu was hoping is that those units might chase the Gaunts into the mines. And although we do now see this force moving out, there are two Archangels with it which are incredibly deadly versus the Gaunts. Now let's see what happens. So we get one mine, a second mine triggering. So that's a lot of infest damage. Some good splits here from WaaromNu. And it's actually Spriggans, which is a really nice response. More mines going off here and there. We got a couple of great meteor strikes out from the Archangels. The Spriggans are above. They're trying to pick off the Archangels. We do have one Miasma there, but there's a Purify on top of that. I do think Purifies cancel Miasma. I'm not 100% sure. I think it does. But nonetheless, Sintram did have to retreat from that. And now is turning to fight again. I don't know if this is the right choice. But this is getting to his side of the map. He's turning to fight. There's a single Archangel that can do a ton of damage. And it doesn't seem to be focus fired right now. Now it looks like it's starting to get the focus as a whole bunch more Gaunts start to show up. As does another Archangel. He's going for the Meteor Strike. Gets a number of good kills on those Gaunts. More Kree rolling up as well. Although there are Fiends coming. Another Effigy is cast. And there are a few Hexen in the back. They look like they do have energy still. Sovereign's Watch pushes them back for now. Many low Argents here. But here they come, rolling out again. So many corpses on the ground there from that battle. It's cool to see. These are some additions too. I'm pretty sure not all units were dropping corpses before, but we have a lot more corpses. Another thing to look out for is the Argents have white blood when they die. Sort of like androids from the Alien series. Another good, well-placed Miasma, and these units have to run back. There are a few Fiends that rush forward. Very low units. A Miasma to start out. The Miasma alone could do some serious damage to these units. They roll into the Miasma. That's certainly not good, and that's going to be a GG out of Sintram.